I've been looking at people's finances for over 25 years, and I want to share some inside things that I've seen in my career. These are the 12 things that you will regret buying, and they're going to keep you poor.
I declare bankruptcy!
Let's get into it. Okay, the first thing we're going to talk about, and I'm probably going to upset about half of the audience here, is an expensive, over-the-top, ridiculous wedding. The average wedding cost in 2024 was over $33,000. That's average. We go to some bigger cities and some high cost areas, that goes up dramatic. That 33 is just an average. Let's think about that. In hindsight, so many couples regret the money that they spent for that one day. It wasn't about the money, it was about the moment. Whether it was the custom cocktail napkins or the doves that flew out or the 18-layer cake that nobody ate. You can have your cake and eat it too without breaking the bank. There are so many items, and I think to really look forward and make a financial decision, this is one day. 50% of the time, it might last the rest of your life. Do you really want to spend that money and put yourself in a big deficit?
Hi, Ross.
Take the Emily.
Take the Rachel.
This year, I will have been married 30 years. It was not an extravagant wedding. It was in a gymnasium. We have had an extravagant life. I am so excited that we had a wonderful wedding. We had our friends. We had our family. We celebrated the day. We kept the wheels in the track. I had so many people tell me it was the best wedding they ever went to because we danced, we drank, we had fun, we celebrated. It was about life. It wasn't about the cocktail napkins and the 18-layer cake. So taking that average of $33,000, let's talk about what you could do with that money to set you on better foundation for your future instead of a one-day event. Paring that $33,000 down to something that still accomplishes your goal, still has a great day, and using that additional money to maybe do something like buying a house. That can be a great source for a down payment. Maybe you're already in a house. What would $25,000 do for an awesome backyard? To remodel a kitchen, to have something that you could enjoy for an extended period of time the rest of your life, to turn that money into an investment of something that has the potential of paying you off for the rest of your life. The second item is timeshares. There's a reason why there are commercials on countless radio stations talking about getting out of your timeshare. It is a huge trap. That 3-hour time commitment to get a discount on Disney tickets or get a free meal or whatever it is isn't worth it. You get sucked into dates and times and locations, and it just doesn't make sense. You are better served to save your money, spend your money on vacation, go where you want to go, when you want to go, with who you want to go, stay where you want to go, and do all that with your own money in your checking and savings account instead of committing to a timeshare that seems great at the moment. Hey, timeshares are great for some people. If you've gone to a specific place, you love it. It's your go-to spot. Fantastic. Love you for it. I'm happy it worked for you. For a lot of people, it would make more sense to take that money and buy something. Buy a piece of property that you own, that you control, that you can rent, that you can use, that you can give out with all the hooks and everything else that are tied to owning a timeshare. I've often heard that the happiest moment in a man's life, and it's a sexist statement, but it's the statement. The happiest moment in a man's life is the day he buys a boat, and the second happiest, or equally as happy, is the day he sells the boat. There is some truth in that if you're a boat owner. Boats can be awesome, but boats can also be a huge suck. Where do you store it? What about the gas? What about maintenance? What about everything else in owning a boat? I love boats. I own a boat. It is awesome, but it's not for everyone, and it is a huge financial commitment. There are some awesome boat rental deals and boat companies out there. If you want to have ownership and basically go rent a boat or use a boat in different areas, I've had a lot of friends who said, I don't want to own anymore. I don't want to deal with it. When I want to use it, I want to show up to the marina. I want to get in. I want to drive it. When I go to another city, I want to get in, drive it, and use one of these companies to use their fleet where you're not dealing with maintenance, you're not dealing with storage, you're not dealing with all the issues you can have with boats, but you can still get on and get out in some open water. If you're like me and you're at the pump and you get done, you got a little sticker shock, I'm going to tell you, marina gas is a whole nother level of sticker shock. It's not just the cost of buying the boat, it's everything else that goes to boat ownership. Think twice. Sounds fun. Being a boat owner isn't for everyone. Big one for me is expensive cars. And I think a nice car is awesome. I've never been a big car guy. I've looked at it from getting me from point A to point B. I didn't buy a new car myself until I was in my 40s. Cars are a depreciating asset. Higher priced cars, higher priced insurance. Insurance is going through the roof across the country. Maintenance, everything else associated. Here's the other thing. Car loans are very easy to get. You know why they're easy to get? Because if that lender has to go get that car, they're going to go repo it and tow it away. Guess what's not so easy to get? Home mortgage. Home mortgages are more difficult, and I've seen more cars, expensive cars, kill someone's ability to be able to buy an appreciating asset, which is a home. So think twice about that expensive car. Does it accomplish your goals? Instead, look at putting more money into something that's going to appreciate over time, which is a home. Hey, let me put this in perspective in case this isn't landing with you or you're just kind of poo-pooing it because, hey, I got to have a car. I got to get around. The average note in the U.S. last year for a car loan was nearly $750. $750. Let's equate that to a mortgage. That would be the principal and interest payment on about half of a $300,000 mortgage. So you could pay for half of a $300,000 mortgage for $750 for principal and interest on an appreciating asset that will grow, that will be a good investment, that puts a roof over your head, provides everything you need. Or you can buy something that you're going to spill a bunch of coffee in. It's going to get worn out. You're going to look back 10 years from now and laugh that you own that car. Depreciating asset, appreciating asset. Hey, don't hate me for this. And I'm guilty of myself, but like this much, like $5 from time to time. It's the lottery. And I'm talking about the big mega lottery. We'll talk about scratchers and something else too, but it's the big lottery. Your chances of winning the mega or the Powerball, whatever the hell they call them, is like 1 in 300 million. There's about 340 million people in the United States. 1 in 300 million.
Correction, 380 million to 50.
It's a waste. And buying 2 tickets doesn't double your chances. I sit at the grocery store to sit at gas stations, and I sit there and I watch people spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars on lottery tickets that just aren't going to be a win. It's a tax on the poor, in my opinion, and I think it's a big racket and a big scam. It's fun to dream. It's fun to do it every once in a while, but you're not going to win. This next one is big houses that you can't afford. And I'll tell you, one of the questions I ask client in an initial meeting, initial consultation is this: what's your comfort level for a monthly payment? Too many people go all the way to the max. And they go all the way to the max when life is good, when there's overtime, when there's bonuses at work, when things are great, and they build this lifestyle that they're up to their eyeballs and they're house poor. Being house poor is no way to live. Stop trying to keep up with the Joneses. I believe in home ownership. I think home ownership is the cornerstone to wealth and happiness, and I think it's great. And I want everyone in the country to have an opportunity to buy a house. Don't get in over your head. It's awful to be house poor and just surviving to make a mortgage payment. Hey, something to think twice on is this next item. It's the swimming pool. Coming on 30 years of marriage, never had a pool in my backyard until this year. And it's not going to make me poor, but I tell you what, it's expensive and it's costs I didn't expect. That little cool infinity edge at the end, guess what? That means that pump runs nonstop running money. My electric bill runs nonstop. I literally see it. I didn't expect it. Pools can be way more expensive than just that initial cost. I think pools are great for some people. I think they're awesome. Just be aware of cost and make sure that that pool isn't costing you your savings, your 401k, your family vacation, whatever else. If you love it, like I love my pool, do it, but know that it is a big expense. This next item, number 8, is fitness equipment. And anyone who's known me for a long time know I've been on a fitness journey of being very fat to being less fat to trying to be the best version of myself. Fitness equipment is very important. The new trend I've seen in fitness equipment is that sits there in the corner that you've got dirty clothes hanging on or whatever else. It's expensive fitness equipment sitting in the corner that's not being used that also has a monthly subscription. Be cautious of expensive fitness equipment that doesn't get used, especially with that monthly subscription. They love it just enough money that you just don't cancel it, but when you add that up over several years, it really adds up. I love going and trying equipment, using equipment at my gym if I use it for an extended period of time, then make an investment, but only after I've tried it somewhere else for an extended period of time. Next one are designer clothing. I think it's important to look good, feel good, all that. I think you can do it on a heck of a lot less money. I think we all have too many items in our closet that don't get used. I think we spend too much money on clothing. I think we're in a culture of just too much. I mean, God knows I wear a different shirt every time I shoot a video. Do I really need to do it? Does anyone really even notice I'm wearing the same shirt or not in a video? Ask yourself, do you really need it? And if you need more, does it need to be that big designer brand? Next one are lavish vacations.
I want a grinder, a sub, a foot-long hero. I want to live, Marge. Won't you let me live? Won't you please?
I really like to look at who I'm with and who I'm spending time with and where I'm at. And I can go somewhere warm that doesn't cost me a second mortgage or doesn't cost a ton of money. I think being reasonable in your vacations, maybe less vacations, more quality time, maybe a spot you can pick up and drive instead of plane tickets and renting a car and everything else. I think too many people spend too much money on vacation and they're borrowing from their future self to spend money today, and that's a bad idea. The next one I think of as death by 1,000 cuts, and it's eating out. The one that hits home with me and a lot of employees here in our office is eating out and eating lunch. I'm tell you what, it used to be $5, $6, $7 to go out to lunch. It is $15 to $20 to go out to lunch these days. And that's not some fancy meal. That's a burger and a fry joint where you're spending $20. 20 times 5 is 100 times 50 weeks. That's $5,000 of bad junk food. We've got stuff in our kitchen if someone wants to make a sandwich here or grab a snack, they can. If you don't have that, or buy $100 worth of groceries that's going to last you a month to make sandwiches. Bring in healthy food options. Look at something that you actually like, you'll enjoy, a heck of a lot better for you and saves you a ton of money. And we haven't even gotten into eating out for dinner. Most families and what they would spend in one night or 2 nights eating out for dinner could put food on the table for dinner for 7 nights. So think twice, it eats you up, death by 1,000 cuts. So a lot of these lead into the last one here that will keep you poor. It's credit card debt. I'm looking at credit card debt and I see it daily with people carrying 29, 30, 34% revolving debt on credit card that they're never going to be able to pay off. This just adds up. People are under a mountain of debt. Best thing to do when you're in a hole is stop digging. If you can't afford it, don't put it on the credit card. Everyone should work with the goal of this. If I can't pay my credit card off in full at the end of the month, I shouldn't have bought it. And most people will be in a spot that they just can't do it every single month, but make that a habit. 10 months out of 12 that you pay it off in its entirety. Work towards that as a goal. Credit cards cost $0 if you pay it off in its entirety every single month. Why is a credit card company going to extend me credit and cover my bills for 30 days? Because they know the majority of people will not pay it off, and they'll be able to get them in under their thumb, charging 24, 30% and even higher. Try to get in the habit of paying that off. Don't get sucked into the easy, quick money that you're paying for years to come. Hey, these are just 12 that I came up off the top of my head and things that I've seen. Hopefully you're not in any of these traps. And if you are, I hope you dig out. I hope you found this helpful. I want to see you live a better future. Hey, on top of that, I put together a video of 12 major mistakes that people make in their home, things that you can avoid. Check it out.